Hello there, Victoria. Okay, let's have a look. So well done for getting this far in the course. That's great. And let's review your work. Local governments try to relocate companies to their territory from major cities. Well, it has advantages not only for the local places, but also for the people who work for those companies or live in those smaller places. It has negative effect on companies and on local people too. Okay, crystal clear introduction. Well done, and we've used a conjunction in there as well. So super good start there. And yeah, immediately we know your position. So we know what the essay will be about. So super start. Companies to move from bigger cities to smaller regions. No, companies moving from larger cities to smaller regions has positive effects on people and on local places. Okay, if we start there with the infinitive in the middle, we have to use a different construction. Also, bigger is quite a basic word. Okay, if we could say major, larger, just something that sounds a little bit more sophisticated or academic. Yeah. In this case, people may need to travel less for work if they live outside the major cities, larger cities, principal cities, and the company's new location will be in their region. Since major cities tend to be overcrowded, there'll be less traffic on the roads and the traffic will be evenly distributed among the places. Good. Which could be beneficial for people living both in bigger and smaller locations. Good. So smaller locations, maybe we could have orientated this to rural areas or suburban areas. And urban city centres as well could have been some good vocabulary to use. For the local places, they could benefit from the move as the companies will operate in their territory and they will pay their taxes to the local government, from which they could start new developments and they could create better infrastructure. Okay, so we have an additional point here. Yeah. We could have upgraded this as saying, comma, after developments here, comma. Furthermore, they might also consider investing in improving the infrastructure, because we've already got could here. So avoiding repetition, we use a different structure, and also instead of better, we could say improve, and also we're going to use a little bit of slightly more advanced vocabulary by saying investing. For example, they could open new restaurants and bars. I don't think that's the best example for governments. Okay, start new developments and create new infrastructure. Governments, yeah, when they're doing new developments or infrastructure, they're usually building bridges, hospitals, schools, that kind of things. Those kind of things. New restaurants and bars are usually from the private sector. However, for companies to move from major cities has several disadvantages. Once again, however, companies moving from major cities has several disadvantages. They will have less chance to maintain quality and to meet targets, as they will have less people to choose from when they need to hire new employees, as people from bigger cities may not want to travel more. Okay, good. Here I would have rephrased it a little bit differently. Yeah, I would have put this at the beginning. Okay, because potential employees, sounds better than employees, because potential employees from larger cities may not want to travel more, these companies might have less people to choose from when they need to hire. Okay, because I think that's what we were talking about. And this bit just seems a little bit of a distraction. Maintain quality, meet targets. What we're talking about related to the question is the lack of people in the rural areas. Another drawback is the poorer infrastructure in local places. There'll be less. Okay, this is a good example. Yep, this is good, rich adjectives. There will be less facilities nearby, such as less places repetition again, such as fewer places for their employees to eat or work out. For local people, if companies start to move their places, they could cause more traffic and noise, not only on the roads, but also for the restaurants, bars and shops. Okay, not only the roads, but also restaurants, bars and shops will be more crowded. Okay, good. Now have a look at the course, because in the course we talk about giving like more solid real world examples, and also we talk about finishing the paragraph with the summary. And I think you'd definitely benefit from that. Your paragraphs would definitely benefit. In conclusion, however, the relocation of companies from bigger cities to smaller places has several positive effects. I'm not so keen on this. Yeah, when we're using however, we're talking about both sides of the argument. In the conclusion, that's not the time to talk about both sides. So in conclusion, the relocation of companies from major cities, larger cities, principal cities to the outskirts, there we go, to the outskirts, has several positive effects on the local companies and on people. It has many negative effects on companies and on people. We've got repetition here. Yeah, and all we're saying is that there's pluses and minuses for both sides, but it's taken as half of the conclusion. So what I'm saying, local governments should analyse both sides before they decide to encourage companies to change their locations, and they make rush promises. Okay, so that bit could be deleted as well because it doesn't make that much sense. So Victoria, let's see. In conclusion, let's see. In conclusion, although, yeah, it's probably a better way. Although companies may suffer from struggling to find the appropriate potential employees on the outskirts of the city, on the whole, the country and the city and the regional and the new regions where companies relocate will definitely benefit. You see? And now we're kind of sort of like, we're not saying, oh, there's pluses and minuses. We are considering that there's some drawbacks, but we're also saying like, okay, there's a few small drawbacks, but on the whole, it's better for if they do relocate. Yeah? Just kind of making a decision on this. And I don't really get what that last bit means. Overall, this is a great essay, Victoria. You're doing really well. And just remember to have a look at that, look at the course that you've got access to and consider using the structure there that you're given. Dear Sophie, how are you? Mainly because of your upcoming journey to Hungary. Can't wait to see you. It's been a while since you were here. Fortunately, I have to work on when you're coming, but I'll be home at 9 p.m. Super. When you arrive at my place around 5 p.m, please ring the bell on the neighbour's door and ask for my keys. I'll leave all of my keys in his place the day before. He's a nice guy. He's a nice, reliable guy. His door is on the left, on the same floor as mine. I have 2 keys. The bigger one is for the upper lock, good vocabulary, and the smaller one is for the main lock. You just need to turn both of them twice and you are in. Super! Well done there. Sounds very natural, and we've got some of the vocabulary, a more unique vocabulary in there as well. Well done, Victoria. From the airport, first you need to take bus number 100, and the station is in front of the airport exit. You need to take 6 stops. It's about 20 minutes, and when you get there, you need to change to another bus at the same bus stop, number 45. With this, you should get off at the 12th stop. It's around 15 minutes. After that, you need to walk for 10 minutes. First turn right, and after 5 minutes, turn left, and you'll be in the front of the building. The front door is always open, and you can go in, and the front door is always open. You can go in, and you need to go to the 3rd floor. Super. I thought, okay, so there might be a little bit of inconsistency here, because here we're saying you've assumed Sophie knows which is your door because you said it's next to my door. Okay? And now you've given the directions to get to your door. Actually, no, sorry. No. The front door is always open. You can go in and you need to go to the 3rd floor. Okay, yeah, that's the inconsistency. Here you've assumed, it reads like you've assumed that Sophie knows which is your door, but here you've given her directions to the third floor. I mean, I guess not everybody's going to remember which floor your house is on, so I guess it's okay. I was just nitpicking there for minor details. I thought since I'll be home at 9 p.m. we could go out and have a drink at the bar nearby. My friends will be there and you can meet them. We can stay late as next morning I don't have to work and you are on holiday, no capital H. How does it sound? How does that sound? Let me know if it works for you. See you soon. Best regards, Viki. Excellent work there. We've got we've got all parts of the task requirement fulfilled. We've got some very detailed descriptions. If I were to criticize this, and it's only a small criticism, we spend a lot of this paragraph talking about bus stops, okay? And we've already picked up vocabulary for bus stop, so maybe we could say you transfer and board a train number 45, which gets you into the city centre. Just little ways to boost your vocabulary point score. Okay, so you're doing really well, Viki. Let's keep on improving. You know what to do now. I want you to implement all the corrections that you've heard, make an error list, write me 2 new essays, and then check those new essays for mistakes that you've made previously, check them with your error list, and then send it all together in one new email. Okay, have a great day and keep on improving.